D-Ray. Yeah,
Wow, look at that.
I
Look at
know.
that. A new opener, huh?
Quick little over. I'm messing around, playing with some tools over here, man. It's
I like it.
I know. Sorry, Tim's not here. Appreciate you jumping on, Sniper. Been crushing it, man. Because I would have had a little opener for you, bro. But yeah, Tim's having a nice birthday, and we got a nice recording. We're gonna try a lot of different things, bro. We got some recordings that we're gonna play. We're gonna be doing live things. But you, D-Ray, you like our biggest massive influencer, bro. You're like crushing it on Twitter.
Dude, I've
It's
been
just
grinding.
it's cool to see. I mean, you just got to be active, right? You're just kind of going at it, and definitely going after the GM stuff, and just kind of interacting with all the different groups, right? Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, we was on vacation, and I put out a tweet. We actually stopped at Buc-ee's. You know what Buc-ee's is?
I
It's
know.
pretty popular around a lot of places of the nation. And the Beaver, Buc-ee was actually there. So the kids wouldn't take a picture with us, so I took a picture with him, and I tagged Buc-ee's, and I tweeted it out, and no replies, no likes, and it had 2 views the next day. And I was like, dude, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. I tagged Buc-ee's,
I love it.
So I don't know. I was like, you know what? If we're gonna make a statement in this space and we're really here for people, then I need to get busy. So I actually went outside of our bubble. I know a lot of us like to talk to each other and comment on each other's stuff, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start searching certain topics, certain titles. Just search GM, and I'm gonna start GM people in the mornings.
Yep.
And it's been 30 days since our vacation, and I did a tweet this morning that had almost 9,000 views on it, and 150 comments, almost 200 likes. So, I mean, it kind of, the light bulb's going off now. Like, oh my gosh, if we'd all been doing this for the last year, dude, it'd be over. We'd be everywhere. Bees would be everywhere, monsters would be everywhere.
Yep.
It's not financial advice. It's just a statement, that. It's kind of like you move into a community and you don't ever go outside the community.
Right.
Maybe you go to the grocery store, you don't ever talk to anybody. If you don't ever talk to anybody outside your community to tell them how great your community is, then how would they ever know? So it's just like major light bulb goes off. Like, let's get outside of our circle and start talking to other people. And it's not shilling. It's not like,
Right.
hey, you need to come check out what's in my wallet. It's just like, hey, GM,
Yeah.
You see
Have a
somebody
great
talking
day.
about Bitcoin, jump
Right.
on there. You're like, oh, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. Let's go. Just a little simple comment like that's all it takes is to start building relationships with people.
Right.
But I've really started noting that the space is kind of tightened up. It's kind of a small knit group. And dude, you comment with somebody, you interact with somebody, they'll be there on your thing the next day, and it's just like it's give and take with everybody. So
Yeah.
it's been a really cool experience. But yeah, I'm starting to build up little circles. It's kind of cool.
That's awesome, and it is. Congratulations. I mean, it's like you said, very very simple. We all could have been going at it, and in many different things too. Twitter, people they're on LinkedIn. There are people on TikTok. What we've been doing on YouTube. Some of it's not going to work exactly, obviously the same on each social media, but yeah, man, that was the whole thing about with Web3 marketing or anything like that. It's marketing. A lot of people just think they're always trying to sell something, shill something, shove something down somebody's throat. And if you just go and, be friendly, go out and interact, actually talk about what they're into first. Right. And, that's what I did at that I think we were at that Ape Fest in Miami, the party. I didn't tell them anything. All I told them, I'm a Bitcoin guy. I'm big into Bitcoin. Right. Because it's very neutral. Right. Everybody loves Bitcoin. And yeah, people, started talking to you. Yeah. Oh yeah. You should look into NFTs. And I was just kind of acting, whatever. But yeah, man, it's kind of crazy. And congrats, man. Because that's crazy. 8,000, 9,000 people checking out your Twitter. That's what you need. And then
and I don't want it to sound like it's just super easy. You just go out there and comment to a person or two, because there is some days where I spent 3 and 4 hours on Twitter commenting with people, and, and in the beginning really really grinding and striving, and some of the bigger accounts, your accounts like Sweep and some of the bigger apes, like they'll start take notice after a while. They just start seeing you pop up. And the cool thing about the algorithm is, we all used to try to push these hashtags and all this stuff to get in front of people. Now, if you comment on somebody's thing or they comment on yours, they actually pull into your home feed, and you actually pull in their home feed. So used to a lot of the stuff that I would search, the topics and stuff, I don't have to search it anymore. Like GM, I don't have to search it anymore. I just wake up in the morning, I hit my home button, and my feed is full of people just GMing. So the more you interact with people, the more they pull into your home feed. But that works both ways. So I'm also dropped into a lot of people's home feed. So I don't have to go out and shill stuff. I just if I see something cool about the monsters, I retweet it, and it puts it in all those people's feed. They see it, So you don't have to get out there and shill your stuff and push your stuff. It just happens naturally. So
just naturally, yeah, absolutely. And it's super cool, man. But yeah, congrats, dude. But let me get through. You got a bunch of people, Craig, and all these folks. They're always, they're on Twitter, so it is good for everybody here. But good to see you, Craig. How you doing, my man? George, yes, good evening, Bees family. That's right. Robin, good to see you. Late night. Oh, I'm not. No, you're not late, Robin. Oh, there's Chris Carson. How's it going, brother? Peeps. I think he's watching. No, it's from YouTube. Usually you watch it from Facebook. Hello, Deborah. Thank you, Deborah. How you doing? Steve, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. And Ariel, happy Thursday. And even too, like your graphics that you're showing. I see you got some steam coming out of the coffee. You got different kind of things. What are you using? Like
I'm still trying to play with the AI stuff. I'm nowhere near as good as Ray of Light. Nowhere near. Yeah. I actually sent you my first one. I tried to steam, and it steamed the whole monster. It blew his hair. His mohawk went. It was like a steam bath. So those prompts, they're very touchy. Like you have to learn to talk to that thing specifically. Like you can't just say, "Hey, steam my coffee cup." Right, because it's going to steam your PFP or something, So.
Yeah, well, it is. I have specific tools, but I mean, even tonight, that's why I want to start getting into kind of AI and what it does. I have a great tool that anybody that's in our ecosystem is going to be able to use. And guess what, Dusty? They're just going to have to give me GMs, man. I think there's a cool app coming out, and I think it's to a chain, and I know nobody's going to be able to fake it. So if people GM me every day, they're going to be able to get these kind of free tools. And this is it's pretty substantial. It's not just a joke. This makes that Chat GPT very easy to use.
That's right? Nice. And it's actually big that the algorithm on at least Twitter or X, the algorithm over there likes animated photos. I don't know why, but it actually trends them higher than just dropping a digital picture in there. So.
Absolutely. No, and plus it captures people's attention. It is much, cool. Even like you said, just the steam coming out of a coffee cup, very simple things. But yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of that different, kind of stuff. We're going to, I've been working on all kinds of different tools. So even too, like I said, people that are not in our ecosystem and are not going to be doing the GM, I'm charging there's like $10, $15 a month for this. So this is, like I said, it's another part of a perk of being in the group, having some of our NFTs and kind of doing the GM thing, because that is important, integration like that, right? And being active with each other. But I'm looking for Tim's stuff because there I got it. Okay, but Tim had a recording going through some news today, and we're gonna kind of jump over there and let Tim and then me and Sniper will kind of talk about it, and then I'm going to show you my new AI. Prompt engineering hacking tool, right? It's pretty easy. All you got to do is fill in the blanks, whatever you're into. It's really about, I guess you'd say, Web3 marketing, because it's going to be important. I know a lot of people maybe not in the marketing. Well, that's why you have tools like this, right? So you can do this, right? You don't have to pay somebody tens of thousands of dollars. You can kind of do a lot of this on your own. That's what's cool about Web3, Dusty, is that you got a lot of hats over here, bro. All right, let me play this up and let me know. I think it should be good. I think we'll be on the side. We'll see.
All right, this segment's being recorded a little bit earlier. Thanks for letting me join in, Ray. Hope everybody's having a great night. Sorry I couldn't be here out celebrating my daughter's 15th birthday. But I just wanted to add what I've been reading about since our last show. There we have it. Finally getting some opposition on my Bitcoin bill. South of the border, this Mexican senator, Indira Kempis, has been leading the conversation to getting Bitcoin accepted as legal tender. So she's a freshman senator, and she's also going to be running for president in 2024. So this is interesting. What she had to do first was introduce a bill that brings about a CBDC, the central bank digital currency, for Mexico itself. And that went over very poorly as well, but it introduced a little bit of the mechanics of what it means to be in cryptocurrency. And that was her initial bill, because what she really wanted to do was get into Bitcoin. And this is the funny part, is that, that was pretty much just waved off. But it was only after a Bitcoin ATM was installed in the Mexican Senate that they began to ask questions and see that it's real and tangible, being that it's there inside the Mexican Senate, the ATM. So that was pretty funny. There wasn't much opposition to a bill initially because nobody really understood Bitcoin. So they didn't ask the questions. They didn't oppose it. They didn't go for it. Obviously, it didn't pass, but they didn't ask any questions until after the ATM showed up. So they were just trying to clarify what their positions were going to be. And then they're known for their blossoming tech scene and pioneering fintech law industry. So they're trying to bring about that cryptocurrency down to Mexico. They were stating also that 6% of the population has downloaded wallets, and they're also in the indigenous languages of the area, and that's up 10% over year over year. So it's starting to grow much faster and faster. And of course, if it's in your own language, it's going to be adopted a little bit better. So their former head of their central bank was a critic and said that they remained silent and in all discussions concerning Bitcoin. But what she said, just to jump into the end, if El Salvador can do it, surely we can as well. So that's going to be a big part of her election campaign coming up in 2024 down in Mexico. So let's see what they do down there as we're fighting for some regulation here on our own turf. Next up, I found that FTX, our guy who's still in court for the last couple months, they're considering 3 bids to restart the crypto exchange. So I'll just give you the bullet points because they didn't name names or details of what these bids are, but they're just pointing out that they're going to make a decision in mid-December, probably because of what's going to come up next, my next story. But selling or relaunching the platform could be key to reimbursing customers. So obviously, people want to try and recoup some of that $10 billion that went poof when the FTX blew up. But who knows what's going to happen? But Sam Bankman-Fried will testify in his own defense. So he's classically does not care about what's going on as far as this, because he's given interviews. I know we've spoken about it before, but while he's playing video games, he's giving interviews about what's going on. So he's going to say whatever he wants, and he doesn't listen to his PR team about testifying. So it's going to be interesting. But there's been 84 hours of trial so far, not covered as much as Johnny Depp, but just as exciting. But they said Caroline Ellison returned the money to third-party lenders that month, which meant they were dipping into customer funds. And then right after that, Sam circulated a document suggesting that Alameda be shut down. So he didn't like that. And so he was definitely calling the shots, as you can see by that testimony there. But Sam is Sam, and he didn't listen to the PR team and talk to everybody while it was imploding. And he's going to go on the stand and can't wait to see what he has to say. I hope they televise that more than the other stuff they have on TV. But what has he got to lose? I mean, he's already in the hole, and it's not going to be good. So that was my Sam for the day. But here's some stuff you'll find interesting, Ray. The company behind ChatGPT has a new valuation, $86 billion. This is only about 6 months old. OpenAI is now worth $86 billion. That's in line with Snapchat, Domino's, Etsy, Ralph Lauren, New York Times, worth about that, and Macy's and Levi's. These are old companies worth $86 billion. And but we all know that they started just about 6 months ago, and there it is, 6 months ago, and then had 100 million users. Here it is a little bit farther down. 100 million active users in just about 2 months, which is extremely aggressive and fast growing. So very interesting to see that. Amazing $86 billion. But I'm a little closer to home, more Americans are falling behind in their car loans, just a little bit on the economy in case we slip into this recession nobody wants to talk about. But here you can see this is the 08 error, where it was about 5%. Now we're at 6% of car loans falling behind. So not too good signs for the economy and what's going on out there. But here is a higher point, and not to make fun of that one, but a higher point is that air travel has gone up, and it's not just up, but booming, because you can see here from 2023 is way over what it was in 2019 and 21, 22, and of course 2020, when nobody wanted to jump into a tube full of coughing crazies. So that's the high point. I'm glad I could jump in and share with you guys. I hope you're having a good time. I'm going to have some cake and have some fun, and I will see you next Tuesday. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, look at that. Hey, that's crazy. That's 86 billion for that, man. Chat GPT.
I know, right?
Wow. Dude, in like what, 6 months, he said? That's crazy.
Mhm.
Wow. But yeah, that I know what the flying, man, you could get a plane ticket for $33 on Frontier, Spirit Airlines. They let people hang off the landing gear, man. It's all good.
Do they?
It's all no, that's what
Somebody
it is.
told me not to fly Spirit.
Though you I know everybody likes to get on that kind of stuff, but I used to be an aviation mechanic there,
Mhm.
Dusty, and there's differences. There's people who actually inspect, and there's things that people, and everybody's got to follow the rules of FAA. I'm not going to go, but still, bro, come on. You better. It's flying, man. There's no pulling over up there, Dusty. So you can't, don't be messing around with that kind of stuff,
The OpenAI stuff, that's kind of mind blowing to me, because I feel like there's more people using Chat GPT and stuff than there is in crypto. It's kind of crazy. Like, you've got people that you've tried to talk crypto with before, and they're just glass-eyed, don't get it. But you mentioned Chat GPT. Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. I've been all over that. Was talking. Pastor made mention at our church a couple weeks ago that he actually looks up historical facts using Chat GPT. He doesn't write sermons with Chat GPT, but to include information in there. So I was like, dude, that's crazy, man. But have you ventured into crypto at all? Oh, no.
No. Yeah, that's dangerous.
Mind blowing to me. It's like,
yeah. Well, it's crazy. I mean, that's where you see the media and how they can really get a narrative going, right? I mean, you've been hearing for like years that this is just dangerous, and all the criminals are over here, and it's the dark net, and I mean, you're just obviously we heard things about the AI stuff too, the Terminator and all that, but it's not talked about that much. But yeah, I love the AI stuff. Like you just talking about the history and your pastor. Look, that's why I like, man, is you can go back and forth having a conversation with it. It's not like Googling, right? That's what I like about it, because it problem sure gave him a nice, good old history lesson, and then you take those pieces and then you can go research even more, right? That's what I like about it, is you're going down a path of and conversating with something that actually is kind of right on, right? I mean, it's not going to be right on everything, but at least it gets you down the path, and I like that, man. Look at this, Ariel. I'm giving GMs to all monsters. Well, dang, it's awesome, Ariel. I mean, that's what Dusty is just talking about. And yeah, when I'm talking about that, Ariel, and what I'm about to show you, first I got one little news story about fantasy music, right? Now, we all know fantasy sports, all that stuff. I'm going to go through that real quick, but then I'll show you my little Chat GPT, little hacking tool. But I'm gonna need people to GM me and my monster, right? Soon you'll see something pretty cool, right? Where you're gonna scan a QR code, gonna give me a GM. You see it on the NFT, you see it in OpenSea, you see those stats and those things on your traits actually move, and that's what's cool. So that's what I'm talking about. But yes, both, Ariel, on Twitter, definitely doing what Dusty's doing, but I'm talking about more with my monster trait and that GM.
Talking about an interactive NFT.
An interactive one. I mean, I've been seeing the number go up. There, does it's amazing. That's what people have no idea. You should take a look, everyone. It's pretty interesting, you know. An interactive NFT that you can change its clothes, you can change its traits. Yeah, a couple times. Yeah, pretty cool, man. There you go. Look at Sniper. What up, fam? Call you soon. Good to see you, Floor. How you doing? Yes. Monster family. Hello, Ella. Good to see you. And yes, GMGN. Oh, my crypto adventures. Thank you. Appreciate you. M2 Hat Girl. Thank you. Yes, monsters are wild, and it is fun. Great place to be. Bees, monsters, all that stuff, man.
I think we're about to enter a lot of funness. There's been, I know you and Tim was talking about it, but man, you can almost feel it's like the season has changed. You know how kind of like fall gets here, you feel it in the air.
Right.
You just, man, you feel crypto in the air. It's just it's like there's static, it's buzzing. You see flirts with ETFs, and you see Bitcoin jump like 14% one day. It's like, oh, that was a pre-release statement. We shouldn't have put that out, and it pulls back, and then they're flirting with it again. It's just, man, you can feel it. Just,
you see the people talking about Pepe coin and all that. It is. You're right, and that's the fun part. But again, you got to be aware, man. I was reading something, and I do want to do a show about it too. Is all that other influencer crap is going to come back, man? All that hype, all that garbage. You got to understand, they were all working together, right? There was a real kind of thing. That's why we never got into all that kind of crazy stuff of fake views, fake this, getting all the the likes, and because you can pay for that stuff, everybody. And you have to understand that is a lot what was going on. And yeah, I mean, you don't want to get mixed up in that garbage, right? That's why we kind of just been steadily making content, doing things like that. But let me share my screen because I wanted to show you some of this cool stuff about this cool story I was just talking about, right? This is I mean, like I said, this FanDuel co-founder, he made a new fantasy music game, and it helped. Now, listen, I'm never, I don't know. I didn't. Nobody, obviously, we don't never get paid for talking about this stuff. I just like interesting stories, right? I'm not saying you should jump over and get ready to do this, but anybody, maybe that's an emerging artist or you're into this kind of stuff. Everybody loves music, right? Might be something cool to be looking into, right? It's on Solana NFT music platform. It's spinning up a fantasy sports like experience around emerging artists, and it that's unique. We all have heard of fantasy football, obviously, fantasy baseball, fantasy basketball, and a fantasy game for just about every sport. But what about a fantasy game for musicians? That is it's different. It's new. Currently in private alpha, Volt's fantasy music game tests players with building a roster of 5 artists from the Solana-based NFT music platform, right? That's again, what's cool is everybody just was thinking NFTs is a JPEG and it's all hype, and you're going to see NFTs huge coming back like a tsunami, man, because it's NFTs they're not going anywhere. It's amazing technology, and people are going to finally use it for what it's supposed to be.
And I think that's going to be the difference when NFTs come back around this time. Yet you're going to have people that get entrapped with the same old bull crap that we all did. They're just going to get sucked into it. But most people that's been here are a little bit more grounded, and they want something that has something tied to it. They're not just going to FOMO into something that has fake promises painted all over it and all this stuff. They actually want something that has real tech and real utility built into it. So I think it's going to take a lot of care of a lot of that bull crap we saw in the past.
Yeah, no, it is. But you'd be surprised. I think you were talking about, I think a couple people were talking about, it's on Spaces. It is, I think Austin, they're going to come back. And again, people are going to be getting that euphoria, and you just got to stay away from that garbage. I mean, there is opportunities. I'm sure you can hit the lottery and do all this stuff, but a lot of times you're going to get wrecked.
Yep.
and you just need to stay away from that stuff. I mean,
You need to stay home.
Yeah.
I mean, the statements never changed. I didn't listen to my own advice back then, but you invest in what you know. Don't invest in what you don't know. Just invest in what you know, and you'll be fine. So
right, and don't overextend.
Yep.
Right. As it stands, Volt is releasing an average of 5 new drops each week, including its Cassette Culture 3.0 project, with most of them eligible for the fantasy music game. Older editions are also selling out due to the size of the drops, which typically run between 50 to 100 NFTs. And yeah, I just want to go over and jump over kind of to give you a look at what this is going on. But this is I mean, it's in beta. So we're not telling you to do it. Something here, kind of cool. Maybe again, anytime you're doing this, if it needs you to connect a wallet, you need to create a brand new wallet. You need to go make a Brave browser. If you're not on Brave browser, you get a Brave browser. You create a brand new MetaMask, and then you can go and explore. Don't be connecting one of your wallets that has all your assets in it. You connect something brand new that you don't even care about, right? That's how you do if you explore any of this stuff. So this is it. You just connect it, join the beta wait list, and then you start building a fantasy. And listen, every one of these, if you were seeing what I and hearing what I was reading there, it's over here. You're getting people that this is all grassroots, man. These are people just coming out. Normally, where you would see in them, the garage bands and things like that are just not known, right? So that's another thing that's pretty neat is some of these newer artists are going to get kind of because they're only selling like 150 NFTs or maybe 200, right? Look at this, 100 available. But that's kind of a cool thing, right? You get an NFT, you're only 100 people that maybe you get this person that's going to come out and maybe 5 years from now they're a Taylor Swift or something, right? But yeah, you can go there, you click on this first thing, and you can listen. You listen to their music, see what you want, you get it, do whatever. But yeah, it's not a part of the fantasy music, but you then obviously know which musician you want to kind of probably put on there. But then they got a link tree, and again, just peruse around, a lot of cool stuff there. You can see even here is the artist application. If you are an artist, that's pretty neat, right? You can throw it on there, you get started. And now you go. You get obviously you throw your name, at other stuff, and you got to fill. I didn't fill anything out, but anyways, there you go. Right. So it's kind of unique. Looking like it's something that's going to be, I think it's going to be adopted. We'll see. Right.
That's crazy. It actually reminds me of when America's Got Talent and all that stuff come out. I mean, how that blew up so quick, but it was because of the people interaction, them getting to vote the people through and stuff. So yeah, I could see something like this being absolutely huge. This could be the next wave of that, because that's kind of petered off. It's not as big as it used to be, but something like this, it's something new, something fresh, got new tech involved in it. So yeah, I could see that being really cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But here's what I wanted to talk about. This is kind of what I talked about with the title of the show is chat GPT, prompt engineering. That's what it's called when you're talking to this thing down here, right? When you're doing all this, that's prompt engineering. You're telling it exactly what you want it to do. Okay. And to do that, it's something that you really have to learn. You can't just say, give me a great story about monsters, right? That's not how you use this thing, right? So that's why I called it a prompt engineering hack. So I'm literally, we've been working on all kinds of cool tools. And, like I said, mine, if you're in our ecosystem, I'm going to, set it up where everybody can get it as long as they're giving me, a GM through that, some kind of cool app. I think maybe you'll see, but as long as you're doing that, I'm going to, let everybody use this kind of, tool that, it costs me money to get and build. But it's very useful because I'm going to show you. This is literally what Chat GPT looks like, right? Only caveat is you're going to have to at least get a pro account. So see, I got a Chat GPT Plus. You have to have a Plus account. If you don't have a Plus, and I think it's $20 a month. If you don't have something like that, this tool doesn't work, right? But this is what Chat GPT looks like, just normal, right? I'm going to show you what my tool did. All right, I'm going to go over here. and I'm going to flip onto this. It's asking for an API key, right? If you don't know what that is, that's all right, because you just paste that number in. I'm going to change it anyways. If you want to go ahead and try to take that number, it's all good. But when I validate this, right, and I hit this and validate that, it's going to pull up, and I made something that's it's like a user interface, okay? So this is still ChatGPT, everybody. You see still plus? But what happens is now I have all of these additional tools, right? So I can do good prompt engineering. And if you don't know how to do that, that's a problem. And the other cool thing is this is not just for ChatGPT. Over here, I could do Midjourney, right? I can go down here. Let me see. I know I got NFT and crypto. There it is, crypto and NFTs, right? And now you got something right here that I click, right? And now craft an informative visual for your NFT virtual real estate platform. Design visually appealing images that showcase the virtual properties and immersive experiences available on, and then you put in it's telling you keywords, right? Maybe it's a virtual real estate platform in Massachusetts, right? Maybe whatever it is. It's just fill in the blanks, everybody, right? Incorporate a desired style. I mean, you could say animate it. It could be, movie-like, whatever the kind of style or aesthetic that you're looking for to evoke a sense of digital ownership and exploration. Aspect ratio, it's telling you there. Image weight, desired creativity. You might not know some of this, but now you know something to go Google, right? If you don't know what that is, you can Google it. But I'm telling you, this is how you do prompt engineering, all right? You would take that, I would go over here, and I'd paste it, and then I would start plugging in my information. And then once you do that, you take this whole thing after you go and, get it to where it's exactly about what you're wanting to do, and then you paste it in the ChatGPT, right? And then you're going to go and just hit send message. And now you are going, getting far and above before what you would done normally with ChatGPT, right? This is prompt engineer. And listen, I know a lot of everybody's not into marketing or anything, but if you own any kind of business or you do any kind of, online business, whatever, marketing is a big part. And you have to, maybe you don't know how to do it, but you don't want to go and spend money on something that you could probably do on your own. That's the amazing thing about all of this AI stuff now, everybody. You got to stop thinking that I can't do this or that's just not me. I can't figure it out. You can, right? Because there's these amazing tools now. And again, as you scroll down, here's your thing, your Twitter here, there, Dusty. Viral tweets. Let's see. Let's do a viral tweet. Let's see. Create an attention-grabbing tweet around, what did you say, the camels?
No, just do something generic, NFTs or something.
Okay. I'll do about DeFi. Create an attention-grabbing tweet around DeFi. Let me put that in. And sometimes I try to make sure even, it should know that, but I make sure that it knows, right? And even then, like when we get into this more, I'm going to show you even how to do something like God mode. And I know, that sounds kind of crazy, but it's a do anything now prompt, and it makes this ChatGPT work at a great, a very awesome level. But yeah, look, everybody talks about, I don't know how to tweet or I would do that. It just did one, but now what you would do, paste, give me 10 tweets. There. So there you go. This is what you want.
Fast.
It is fast. Absolutely, bro. But this is the kind of stuff that people say you can't. I don't know what to tweet. I don't know what to do. This is very easy stuff, right? And it gets you kind of active and kind of gets you in the conversation. But anyways, that's all I wanted to kind of bring up is this is a tool that, like I said, anybody, when you're in our ecosystem, if you give me some GMs, I'll give you a code. And that code, as long as you do it every day, for the month, again, that's what's cool. It's all going to be on chain. We'll know, who's GM and who's not GMing. This won't cost you anything. And now you have a tool. Like I said, it goes more on and on and
I can't
on.
believe you're doing that just for GMs. I mean, this when you first started, I was like, oh, this is AI for dummies. That should be the cover on this, is AI for dummies. But man, look at all those prompts and stuff you've preloaded in there. Like this is gold, man. You shouldn't be giving this away from GMs. Like, dude, people could run businesses off of this.
GMs are important, Dusty.
Well, I know they are. I understand that lately. But yeah, this is golden.
Yeah,
absolutely golden.
Yep.
There's no telling how long it took you to put all this stuff together.
It is, but just in anything, it's a user interface, everybody. It's laying on top of ChatGPT, because if you can see, it's still up here. ChatGPT. This is just a user interface that was, just put on top of it. Even here, articles and blogs. Look, you want to write a book, you select the book, generate a book type title, you can write a book, and there's all kinds of different things. But it's just easier. A lot of people don't, get kind of a little scared of this technology and stuff. It's good stuff. But we're going to be putting a lot more of these kind of things out there, because this is what we're all about, right? This is the whole kind of idea of what we've been doing in this space. I think next week I'm going to show you a way to even how to make money, and that's for real. I built another tool I showed you already, Dusty, that literally allows your AI to start working on a website, right? It'll talk to people on a website for you. It gets people that are customers, it gets them to leave reviews, and it writes it for their customers. And anybody that shares a link and that person signs up, we can do a monthly commission for you. So I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff like that, because that's what's needed, man. And we're going to be crushing it. That's all under Media Blocks, and that's going to be a cool thing under all of this stuff that we've been building for monsters, bees. And that's kind of the whole idea, is that we were able to learn a lot here and then go and do things that we wanted to do to bring even more noise to all of the things. I mean, I'm definitely all about bees. I love the monsters. And, I'm going to be building out all for those different projects. That's what I want to do. So it's exciting. And that's my kind of little tool for the week. And I think we'll do them once a week. And like I said, we've been building out all kinds of different little things, but that's the ChatGPT prompt engineering hack, right? Cool, man.
I can't wait to use it. I'm
right on,
as soon as I can.
Yeah, well, I can count on you. I know you, Dusty. When you got 8,000, 9,000 followers, and that's not even followers. It's people that see your tweet, man. So
because I've tried to, dude, I'm honest. I've tried to play with this, and it's very touchy. Like and that's why I said it's gold, because to have those prompts, all that stuff written out the way that, because it can get frustrating. You type something out and you're like, gosh, that's not what I wanted.
Right.
So, and prompts are everything. And you can ask people in those Discords and stuff like, hey, I'm trying to do this. And they're like, oh, you need this. And they drop you this very detailed thing. You're like, oh my gosh, like it really takes all that just to tell it what I want. So that's why I say that's gold, is
right.
Because I saw when you're scrolling through there, all those different prompts you have for stuff. So
yeah,
man, I'm excited to get to use that.
No, awesome, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. But I mean, that's what I like I said, it's amazing what all of this stuff can do, because I'm really big into Midjourney. I've been playing with this Pika. I was telling you before we got on the show. It's amazing, man, because you can prompt Midjourney to give out an exact image that you need, whatever, maybe for YouTube stuff. That's what I'm doing, and starting to make them recorded videos. And now when you have this static image, I can turn that static image into a video. That's crazy, man. And I mean, that's all. Both of these tools are on Discord, so I'm using Midjourney to get the static image, and then I take the static image and go to this Pika Labs, and this Pika Labs makes that thing animated, and it's wild, man. So that's what I'm saying. It's exciting. There's a lot of stuff, and as all of this starts spinning, like you said, you could feel it in the air, Dusty. All this stuff that's starting to happen, man. I mean, we all have learned so much, and we're gonna be able to kind of the world is our oyster, man. Right on, man. So I appreciate everybody, and let me find the little song to pop us out. Dusty, I appreciate it, man. Thank you
Absolutely.
for
Thanks for having me on.
absolutely, brother. And yeah, congrats again. Make sure everybody, you need to kind of follow what Dusty's doing. He's crushing it, and definitely get on with Twitter.
It's a good place to get involved. You can get on my tweets and start talking to people if you feel more comfortable doing that. I mean, there's some great active people. So yeah, get out there and get busy. There's only one way we're going to do that.
Yep. Right on. All right, everybody. Thanks. Give us a like, subscribe, and good night. Appreciate y'all.